Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Women Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, how are my royalty today? Let's get out that petty tea, hot or cold, and let's begin. This is going to be kind of a technically a part two, but a totally different story. So it's separate, but it kind of gets back to my point that I've had months ago about Uber Eats and the pickup drop off system and deliveries and things. Because remember that one story where this one woman, she was doing Uber Eats, dropping off food and things, but she got to this one hotel and this a pregnant woman gave her, I believe she was still pregnant or she just had the baby. Oh no, she was, yeah. But anyway, she gave her a tip, but the tip wasn't good enough or to the standards of the person that, delivered the food. So then the delivery person went back, got her boyfriend and some weapons and stuff, and went back and basically knocked on the door and then broke in and did some horrendous awful things. So yeah, look that episode up. I even have some videos in like links in there that you can check out and things. But yeah, now we have a new story. And it's like it kind of proves my point even more, especially when people say I'm a Democrat, but I'm a Republican when it comes to money or a capitalist or whatever. And I kind of think it's ignorant but funny because, like, if you look through history and the presidents that helped pay off the debt and help the economy and things like that, but even present day, a lot of people are uplifting and praising the orange man for things when it comes to the economy. And it's just like, oh, yeah, yeah. And then they don't pay attention to when he has parties with the rich people and he's telling them that he's going to give them money and make sure they succeed and profit. But then he works at McDonald's for a day or pretends. And when someone asks about the minimum wage, he was like, no, they're happy. They don't need any more. They don't need higher wages and things like that. Yeah, so ta-da, yeah, welcome back to my point from back to that story because there's so much more to it too. And remember, I have over 500 episodes. I talk about money and capitalism and things like even my one of my newest episodes, which I didn't download yet, but it talks about cell phones and I know I talked about cell phones about a month ago too, but this one is all about dating nightmares versus money versus cell phones versus capitalism, all that great stuff too. But okay, here's what happened. And I'm going to have clips in this episode, of course. But this one family, they ordered Arby's this time. It wasn't pizza, it was Arby's. And it's like they're just going around the house doing their thing, and a woman drops off the food. And so I'm not going to say what she did yet, but the family goes, grabs the food, and they're eating it like any other delivery or whatever. The woman, the female, because it was a couple, and oh, just know that they are people of color. I want to say Arabic. I forgot which nationality, but like in the video, it'll say. But because I have a few guesses of why this woman did what she did, but I feel like I need to throw that part out there because, like, so far it seems like people are thinking that's why. But the female within the couple, took one bite, and next thing you know, she was reacting terribly and they were like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" Blah blah blah. And I don't, I don't know what all had to happen, but they later looked at the footage and they saw that the woman that dropped off the food sprayed it with the chemicals or sprayed it with something that wasn't water or it didn't seem to be water. It's like it looked like pepper spray. It looked like one of those pepper spray container things. And so I think they said they arrested her, but I know they have proceeded with, at least taking the footage to authorities and things like that. But oh my gosh, I was like, I kind of don't even care what is in that. Like, even if it's water, it's like once you drop off food or when you're gonna drop off food to anybody, don't you're not supposed to tamper. You're not supposed to put anything or add anything whatsoever. And like if that was pepper spray, I mean, there's a few guesses, but part of me's I thought of the pizza example from several months ago, and I was kind of wondering, did they not tip, or did they not tip enough, or how long, or were there any issues with picking it up or dropping it off? Like, what was going on? Because it's like, why? And also, if they didn't tip enough, it's like maybe like people who work for Uber Eats, I know, like trying to create a law, trying to change the system is crazy. And part of me feels like if you applied for this job, you kind of know the ups and downs. Like one of my close friends, she works for like one of these companies, and she knows the ups and downs, and there are some amazing ups and there are some lows with us and within this type of business. And it's just with this one couple, okay, if they didn't tip enough, I don't like that, but at the same time, you're like they're not obligated. And in other countries, they don't have tipping, or at least not nearly as much. The tipping is just literally a tip. It's like it's an add-on to their pay. And the tipping here is more than likely the pay. And a lot of that comes from slavery. I've already talked about that before. But it's like if you want to know, look it up. But a lot of the laws within this country, a lot of the ways of our system, especially when it comes to money, roots from slavery. So, anyways, like do your research, know the cause and effect, and especially now today, it's bad like when minimum wage isn't going up, when like companies are taking advantage of workers, and when some are making millions and billions of dollars, but then the people who are working for these millionaires that are hardly able to survive, but it's like they're the reasons why the millionaires are able to be millionaires. And people keep saying, but they were smart enough to think of this idea. Like, no, no. And so, yeah, this is why, like, I have some issues with capitalism. I have a lot of issues, but yeah, is in this episode, and well, the situation within this episode is one clear sign, because oh, this woman, the delivery woman, terrible person, terrible human being. She should not be allowed anywhere near food, like any business that relates to food. Don't. Because I also think of that South Park song that was a few seasons ago. Yeah, I think about like she used pepper spray and not a bodily, thank goodness, but still, it's yeah. Mm. But part of me wonders, was it racist? But because maybe their name, maybe she could tell by the names on the receipt or with the address and things like that. Maybe that could be. Because I know when they mentioned the nationality, I'm like why, how would she, like why would she care? And like part of, if you're working a job like that, is like you're just dropping off food. Why would you like, and if you want tips from people, is like, if especially if they're a repeat, if they know that you did a good job or if you were quick with it and things like that, maybe the next time they would, tip higher. And but then my other guess, because if not race, maybe they didn't tip, maybe they hardly tipped. But tipping is an option, not an obligation on the screen. You get to pick which tip. And there are some where you get to pick no tip, or you get to pick the optional, or the where it's like custom tip. I know people who were like, "Oh, I'm only going to do like 2 cents, or like 1 cent, or whatever." It's like, or no, so that they can pick custom, because some said they don't want to give any, but then zero isn't an option. And oh yeah, let's just say that was one time that that happened. I'm like, yeah, you're not getting a second date. And but I waited until I got to the house to do that. And I wait, because this was like at the restaurant. Yeah. And so I remember going to the restroom, or pretending I was going to the restroom. It's like I ended up going anyway, but I tried to make sure I found the waitress, and I handed her a tip, and I told her about the no good jerk or whatever. But yeah, within America, we need to change it. We like, and I've said this in the other episode, we need to change the system, because we have people who are working their tush off while keeping a millionaire, but we're not raising the minimum wage. We're not changing the tipping system to the point where it makes sure that people are able to like live their lives. It's like, 'cause I know even some teachers who don't make enough money throughout the school year, or like either the weekends or at nights or the summers, that's what they're doing, and that's pathetic. We need to raise the like money for, and the salaries for like so many careers and jobs. It's like some people working two or three jobs, and then some people working at restaurants, working one restaurant like at in the morning and then one at night or on weekends. And it shouldn't be this way. And like showing empathy for the delivery woman? No, I'm not. She's a pathetic, awful, terrible person who needs to be locked up. And actually, yeah, I'm probably gonna have a part two, because now I want to know how much time she's gonna spend in jail or prison. Because I'm hoping it's prison, because that is such a despicable, awful, terrible thing. Because okay, now I'm gonna get to the other side of it, because there are times where I didn't want to put the tip into the tipping system. And there are times where I tell the person, ring the doorbell and please wait. But it's like at the same time, I do at least put a decent tip just in case, because some delivery drivers don't read the directions. Some of them don't pay attention, or they're like, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. Here's your food, bye. But because there has been two or three times where I have a tip in my like tip in cash, where I want to give it directly, because I know some companies, they want to take a part of that tip. And or is like with the whole tag, like, yeah, I'm just like, you know what, here you go, here's something, especially in this cold weather, or in like this really hot day, blah blah blah, here's something. So like if you need to go pick up a drink, or because there was even one time where I just got these, I forgot, it's a new brand, but I ordered this one brand of soda, and it was so good. But it's like I was getting the food delivered, but it was really hot or whatever. So I was like, with the tip, I was like, "You want the soda?" And they looked at the flavor. Like, "Oh, I've never seen this flavor." I was like, "Yeah, I just ordered it too. It just came." And they're like, "Are you sure?" I'm just like, "Take the drink." So, but because it's just like, you're human, I'm human. Yeah, it's like, like I want to make sure the delivery people know that I appreciate them. And I know it's like going from restaurant to restaurant, picking up the food and getting into traffic and stuff like that. And but having a disability, I need their service, and I want to show them that I appreciate the service that they're doing for me. And it's like, especially while I'm working on my independence and things like that, it's like this helps me. And so, and like with this couple, it's like maybe they were going to give a tip, because I know some people, they're like, oh, I give a tip after the delivery, I wait until after, because with some of the services you're able to add a tip after, because some of these tipper, like some of the delivery people, who they're hot mouth. Like I've had some who, when I write the message of please can you put the food dot 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 or whatever, it's like sometimes they'll put it all the way at the garage. And remember, I have a disability, a walking disability. And so, and that is like with the house, it doesn't make sense. And so, and also that's on the ground. It's like, 'cause that's happened 2 or 3 times. And it hasn't happened recently, but I'm like, part of me is just like, um, okay, I guess you're trying to make sure I burn off some of these calories before I eat or something. Okay. And I mean, and I will admit, like, if, like, with the winter that we're having so far, if they left it, like, at the garage this time, or like somewhere closer to, the driveway, I'd kind of understand, because it's been snowing, raining, everything else. I don't know, like, if, because yeah, if it looks slippery, don't, like, no, no, don't. It's like, because I just remember, like, yeah, we probably need to order some, like, okay, this is gonna be for all of the people who get delivered food. Order some ice, no. Order some salt. Get salt for your, front decks, and wherever a delivery person or your mail person or anybody might be, make sure you sprinkle it all over. You spoil your like the front door. Yeah, just spoil it with some salt or whatever. You know, I wish that worked for the other. Like, yeah, okay, now I'm not gonna get into politics right just yet, but yeah, it's like, get some of that winter, that salt, sprinkle. It's like, be nice, be appreciative to the people who are able, like, who either pick up your food or like run errands or the grocery shopping, and like appreciate what they're doing for you. It is a service. And at the same time, delivery people, I like, it may suck, but it's just, tipping is an extra. It's like when people pay for the food and for the basics, there are going to be some people who are like, Scrooge. There are going to be some people who are going to have off days or bad days, but then they're not able to still, you know, like, get, like, they're going to be busy and they're going to need to just order food. Is that right? Is that fair? No. That's why I say we need to change the system a little bit. But is it illegal for them to do? No, it's not. Is it right? No. And like, and I don't know the reason that this, like, that the woman sprayed the pepper. Like, it might be because maybe they live in a nicer house than her. Maybe, like, because maybe they tipped right, maybe they did everything right, but maybe it was their house, or maybe she didn't like with their names that they are probably people of color, or it can be so many different things. I already told you guys about the one time when my dad, like, got like a maid cleaning service to come to the house. And one of the ladies, like, once the ladies came, like, rang the doorbell or whatever, and my dad, like, said hi, whatever, one of the ladies played sick. She went and called, and she wanted a replacement because she didn't want to clean for a black family, because one of the ladies, like, they were in the basement, they were talking a little too much, a little too loud, and we kind of hurt. So, yeah, so we are, like, I already know some people are not going to want to service black people or people of color. And it's kind of funny how some of the people of color right now are just now waking up. It's like, for years they thought we were just playing the victim. We talked about race all the time and we complain, and we're like, shut up. It's like, because just now some of the communities are just now like, cause especially in Dearborn. Yeah, since I'm in Michigan, I'm gonna put them on blast this time. But yeah, we have the Somali community. Like, there's so many communities right now, and even with the Asian community, I think it was in California or Florida, where there's those restaurants where they on purpose seat the Asian people in the like certain corners, and but the white people get to, the nicer tables and everything like that. Like, it's just really amusing watching some of these communities, they're just now waking up. Black people have been saying this stuff for years, but then they kept saying, you're trying to just you're just playing victim, you're just this, you're just complaining, it's like you're not smart enough, you're not this, and like you're lazy, and it's like, mm, now it's like, now they're talking about ICE, now they're talking about the unfairness, now they're talking about the racism. We've been talking about this for years, but they were so busy hanging on the colonists, hanging on the whitewashing, hanging on like just basically the white power of it all. Yeah. But then now you have a white delivery driver dropping off some food at a people of color. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I think possibly it could have either been that maybe she didn't like, I don't know the house. It's like maybe it was a nicer house, or she didn't like that there were people of color, or maybe they didn't tip that high enough. I like whichever way, it's never deserved. And that's why I keep saying this woman needs to go to prison. She needs to spend some time there. And we need to see if she's done this to other people's food, because it's like, was like this, I would be really shocked if this was her first time doing this. And I'm wondering if maybe other people didn't have the ring door like cameras and everything, so it's like they couldn't prove that she did it, or it was the delivery person that did this. And I'm so glad this couple did have that ring door camera, because it's like without that they might be like, well, she could have said it was the restaurant, I didn't do anything, I didn't harm it, I didn't do, like, so she could have lied. But and part of me is just like, it's like, well, I mean, she had to take the picture of the food, but part of me was just like, right at the door. It's like some people just don't have, and this is why I'm just like, she's just crazy, stupid, and possibly a big, I don't know if it was because of race, but I do think it was probably kind of like, because some people, especially applying for jobs, I've had people who saw my name and they didn't want to hire me. But then when I shortened my name, and like when I created a resume with a shortened version, I got the interview almost immediately. But then they saw me and they're like, "Ah, you tricked us," and I'm like, "Sure did." But yeah, so she might have seen the name and saw that they were people of color. So it could have been a racism thing, and or it could have been so many different things. It's not right. So again, I hope to see, like, I want to look up her mugshot soon. Yeah, because that is such a dehumanizing, awful, terrible, stupid thing that she did. And it's like, to the drivers, I like, if someone doesn't give you a fair tip, yes, it sucks. But it's like, it's unfair, it's unjust and everything, but it's not illegal. But it is illegal if you tamper with their food. It is illegal if you try to break into their house or hotel room. It is illegal if you try to harm somebody over something that our American system allows. Our American politics allows what they did. And especially when it comes to the millionaires and billionaires, they they don't care. It's like, maybe instead of, like, maybe a petition or unionize, I like, there's so many different things. And yes, I know it's unfair that you would have to do this, but when you live in a country where everyone says, or when the rich and the president says our economy is amazing, when no, for the rich it might be amazing. You're making so much money while you're in the White House. It's amazing. It's like some of our Congress people. like Marjorie Taylor Greene and some of the Democrats, I'm not gonna like, there's like Republicans and Democrats are making millions off of the companies that they're voting for, with like their laws and things like that. So, yes, we have so many issues when it comes to money and who's able to make money, and also with our homeless community and things like that. And a lot of times we want to keep looking down at the poor when it's like we're not, a lot of these people shouldn't be poor in the first place. And a lot of people, they want to call people lazy when they're working harder than a lot of the people who are on top. And is it fair? No. Is it just? No. Do we need to fix a lot of things? Yes. But at the same, yeah, this delivery woman, she's awful, terrible, crazy, despicable. All in my opinion, of course, because yeah, she hasn't gone to court yet, so she's innocent until proven guilty. But look at that footage. She's innocent until proven guilty. Whew, I can't wait for that judge to look at that footage, though. It's like if it's a jury, I can't wait for that jury to look at that footage because yeah, there's like it should be a full on trial. It's like she should be behind bars. It's like the way like, and I hope the couple went to the doctors. I hope they got things tested to see so they can find out what chemicals she ingested, because we have to remember this woman ate, she ingested this chemical. It wasn't just on her skin, because we have to remember, like, it's on his skin because, like carrying it in the house, and then on her, like both of their skin, because unwrapping the sandwiches. And now it's in her system because she took a bite of the sandwich. And it's like, what, like, could there be later effects from it? It's like, no, I want, like, I know people get sprayed with, with the pepper spray all the time and everything like that, but it's like, you never know. So I'm, part of me is just like, with this before and after, it's horrifying and terrible and despicable. And I know it's not a poison or anything like that. And people get sprayed with it every day and stuff like that. But it's like when you ingest that much, it's like usually it's not like it's not going directly into your mouth. Like, yeah. Anyway, and so at the end of the day, I know it's probably not gonna be, but at the same time, I hope they at least went to the doctors, and because it might not be pepper spray. It looked like a pepper spray container, but it might not. It might not be. It's like we don't know what chemical it is yet. Maybe there's an update. I'll look for it. But either way, I want to see this woman locked up. Does that sound petty of me? Yes, I don't care. It's like I can't stand when people, like, they treat others just this. Whew. And yeah, it's like, again, even if it was over the tipping, that doesn't mean you get to harm somebody. It's like our system, our money system, our tipping system, a lot of things need to change within the capitalism of America. So, but you can't blame this family for that issue or problem. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.